guys, this is Kevin with GimmeGimmeGames.com. This is our unboxing of the Nintendo Switch. I picked this up, of course, on launch day, March 3rd here in North America. Sorry it's taken me so long to get around to doing this unboxing video, but hey, you've seen a million of these already. What's the worst that one more unboxing video is going to do to you, especially if you're having trouble finding a Nintendo Switch in stores, which a lot of people are having issues with. One thing I really liked about opening the system up is that right away it just shows you what it's got. It's the console and the tablet and the two Joy-Con controllers. Gets straight to the point. Kind of helps with the, or it's really consistent with the branding of the system. You can see here's one of the slide-on wrist straps for the Joy-Cons. Has two little SL and SR shoulder buttons. There's a HDMI cable, regular HDMI, not 2.0. Of course, there's no 4K upscaling or any 4K capabilities in the Nintendo Switch, despite the fact that the NVIDIA Tegra Shield TV does have some 4K support. This is a normal USB-C AC adapter. You can use this to power the dock, the system when it's sitting in the dock, or you can use it as its own standalone charger to charge the system as if maybe you wanted to charge your 3DS while you're playing it. This is the Joy-Con grip. Personally, I feel like it's a little bit too small. I've had the system for a couple weeks now. It's a little small for my hands. I feel like the Pro Controller is absolutely perfect for what I'm looking for. It's an evolution of the 360 controller, but I'll get to that later. This is, of course, the system dock. It has a few ports in the back. It has two USB ports on the front. It has the AC adapter plug-in for that AC adapter you just saw. It also has the USB-C port on the inside and a little light to show when it's displaying on the TV. You can't really see it right here, but there's the little USB-C port. And then there's this wonderful trapdoor that I feel like every console should have. It has a HDMI plug, the AC adapter, and an extra third USB port. So, I mean, hey, it's got a good deal of USB ports on it. It's got more than your PlayStation 4 probably has, unless you have a PlayStation 4 Pro, then it's got the same amount. As you can see, there's my wonderful bird feeder that I left in this shot. Didn't think to take it out in time, so that's my mistake. I felt like the plastic wrapping on the Joy-Cons was a little tight. As you can see, I struggle here to get it out because I feel like it's bending the analog stick a little bit too much. Eventually, once I figure out that, hey, this isn't going to work, I decided to just rip it open and just get the goddamn Joy-Con out of its goddamn sleeve. As you can see there's the sync button hidden in the part that goes into the rail on the system, and that's where you connect the wrist strap. They have two shoulder buttons hidden in there, SL and SR. As is, while I don't necessarily like the Joy-Cons in the Joy-Con grip, I don't mind them on their own. I find them pretty enjoyable to use two-handed. I really enjoyed playing games on the Wii with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck in two separate hands. You could really sit almost any way you wanted, but of course there was a wire connecting them there. These two are wireless. I don't mind the split D-pad. It's not exactly the same as, like, say, a DualShock 4 D-pad, but it works for the most part. Works in games like Shovel Knight. Maybe I'll come to a 2D game that's very irritating to use that on, but I haven't so far. The tablet itself is very small. Like, you see pictures of this and you don't understand how sleek and small it is. It really, truly looks like a non-Nintendo product. This could easily be an Amazon product for me. The bezel is, of course, pretty large. I would love to see a new model at some point that has an edge-to-edge screen. I don't know if that's something Nintendo would really even do. It has a couple of vents. It has one big vent on the top. It has kind of some, I think, some vents down there. And of course it has a little kickstand, which also hides the micro SD slot. As you can see, I was very scared that I was going to break the kickstand the first time I opened it up. There's a micro SD slot. I currently have a 128 gigabyte that I got for about $40 from Best Buy. I price matched Amazon though. Kind of mind-boggling to me that we have vents on a kind of a handheld. I know it's a handheld console hybrid, but it's 2017 and we have a vent for cooling, which is kind of surprising. That is the button to detach the Joy-Cons from the system. Initially you just put it in there and there's this really satisfying click noise. The OS actually has a clicking noise built into it too when you connect the Joy-Cons. I was very frightened that I was going to break the stand or knock it over, so I kind of used a little more force than I probably needed to. And at first, it really does, the Switch with the Joy-Cons attached looks a little bit of like an unwieldy handheld, but honestly, it isn't too heavy, fits pretty well, and it seems like most hands. I personally prefer to leave it docked without the Joy-Cons attached, but you know, obviously that's the main way to charge the Joy-Cons. The grip that comes with the system does not have the charging grip, which has a USB-C plug on it, which even then it doesn't have a battery. It just lets you charge the Joy-Cons without attaching them to the system while docked. Here's the Pro Controller, which is also getting pretty hard to find. Not quite as hard to find as the system, I think. I pre-ordered and picked one up at GameStop at launch. It really feels like an evolution of the Xbox 360 controller. It has all the features that the normal Joy-Cons have. It has the HD rumble. It has the motion controls. It uses USB-C, and it comes with a USB-C cable, USB-A to USB-C, which is super convenient because you can use that in a sense, like just the last second, to charge the Switch itself. I really do appreciate that the buttons are much bigger. It has more of a traditional D-pad. It literally feels like what I wish the Xbox One controller was. The Xbox One controller, for me personally, is a little bit too, it goes out a little bit too to the sides, and the handles kind of hurts my palms after long periods of play. But the Switch Pro controller just goes straight down the handles. Honestly, it just works really well. I played Zelda for hours upon hours, like 3, 4, 5 hours straight, and I don't get any cramps, anything like that, which I do kind of get on the Joy-Con grip. The buttons are a little bit smaller. They're a little bit too close to me. It feels a little unnatural to reach beneath the X, Y, A, B buttons, the face buttons down to the right analog stick, whereas in the Pro controller, they're kind of offset to it a little bit. For the most part, the shape is the same, so you're not having to get used to anything too different, although the shoulder buttons and everything, all the buttons are much bigger in the Pro controller. So definitely, if you want to play long sessions and you can find a Pro controller, you should definitely get that. So guys, this is our Switch unboxing. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, or visit us at GimmeGimmeGames.com. We hope you enjoyed it.